Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you guys are good. Yesterday I got guided to a name which is Raoof. Ya Raoof. And it just came up that I had to share a little bit more with you. So I opened my book, which is this one. As I said, that this is the book that I will be using for my 99 names of Allah. And I took the name out and I read it, and it felt like, I'll be honest, it felt like a very nice and warm hug, knowing that that who is holding me is defined with this attribute in it. And the feeling that not only that he is doing that to me, but he has gifted me the capability to also share that with my fellow souls and connections and relationships and all that. So it made me go into the zikr of it, which was really magical. So today I'm going to share a little bit about it. First I'll read from the book, and then I'll discuss, as always, what the name is bringing to me and what insights it's given me. But I'd love to hear your thoughts about it and how this name connects to you, and if you've ever done the zikr of this name, how did it make you feel? The more we discuss the divine, the more we bring it into our lives, into our daily routine, and talk about it and think about it and ponder on these small little names, but so deep in our souls. That's the more we do that, the more we will feel connected to that being who created us, and be able to know that we are being held. So that's where my zikr practice comes in from. And so I'll read a little bit about this name. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ar-Raoof is a quiet, gentle, indwelling love that actively penetrates to the deepest and more profound place. This kind of love goes right to the essence of what it truly means to be human. Ar-Raoof helps heal the crucial problem of the ego personality's self-identification with deficiency and inability, which is caused by its wounded condition. It works to heal the effects of not being seen and accepted by humanity. It manifests a peaceful calm, a resting in God that specially arises in the midst of difficulties and trials. Ar-Raoof's inner quality is awakened in a similar manner to the way steel is tempered in the process of making a sword. It is not a passive calm. It faces hostility, slander, and corruption with serenity, while at the same time it has a soothing effect that reaches the very core of the apparent enemy. Ya Raoof is close in its meaning to Ya Rahim, and they are quite beneficial when chanted together. Realization of these two qualities in your heart, in your life, brings what is most necessary to become wholeheartedly human. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, of course, it's a lot of words, it's a lot of intensely, sentences and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try and break it up in bits for us to make sense, and for me to understand and for you to understand what it really means. Ya Raoof. So again, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm going to read one sentence and then work through it. Ar-Raoof is quiet, gentle, indwelling love that actively penetrates to the deepest and most profound place. It's gentle. It's going to be very light. As it says, it's very quiet. So you wouldn't know that love exists, but it does exist within you. And it's the kind of love that's so gentle. It doesn't come on like, I love you. It's like, and that's it. It's just is so gentle, not pushy at all. It's like doesn't want to make itself too loud to be heard or felt. It knows that it is, and that's enough for it. And it not only, so we know when you love someone and you look at their eyes and you look through their eyes and you know that there is love, that this person has a connection with you. That's the kind of love it's talking about, which seeps through your eyes and makes you feel like it doesn't need to awaken you. It just needs to remind you that you are awake. Then it says, this kind of love goes right to the essence of what it truly means to be human. Now, when we look at ourselves, we look at our physical body, right? Then we look at our needs. Then we look at the food that we eat. Then we look at the world where the food comes in from. It's very outside, right? But what about the essence of being a human being? The essence, like the one that we are human, that we are so connected, that we have the capacity and capability of loving each other beyond time and space. This is what the essence, the core essence that we are blessed with by our Creator, to love in the most gentlest of ways, which does not need the words to come out, which does not need the touch to happen. It is the love that just exists, just like air. It's just there. That's the kind of love He has for us, our Creator has for us, and He has put it in us to also practice and to acknowledge that Ya Raoof, Ya Raoof is the attribute that He has in Him, and that is what we have in us for people and surroundings and animals and plants and nature and universe and everybody. It then goes on to saying, Raoof helps heal the crucial problem of ego personalities, self-identification with deficiency and inability, which is caused by its wounded condition. So, a lot of us have an understanding of what ego is. And it's like most people fight it or want to lower it or want to kill it or control their ego. Like, they're like, I don't have an ego. But that is in itself saying that you do have an ego, right? So ego is something that is given to us. I say it's a way of protective. It's a way of being aware. And so it's not that you have to fight your ego. You just have to recognize that is a part of you, and it's okay to have an ego. Everybody does. The trick is to learn how to manage it. And this name, Raoof or Ya Raoof, I keep saying both things because I don't know what people like reciting. And it's very personal in the moment it comes to you if you want to recite Ya Raoof or Raoof. Anyway, so that kind of feeling where you are fighting your ego, or you're having this personality issues, or who am I, where am I, what am I doing, that comes from your wounded soul. Your wounded soul means the place that you've been hurt, you've been killed and stammered, and it's the place that you generally don't want to go because it's too painful, right? So this name helps you to give love to that wounded place, to that ego identification that you have of yourself. So it's very powerful, very beautiful, and something that that'll lift you from the core upwards. Ya Raoof. It works to heal the effects of not being seen and accepted by humanity. So a lot of people have this, I'm going to do something and people won't like it, or if I'm going to say something, people will not understand me, or how do I do this because it's not making sense. Most common one that we have is my problem. Nobody's going to understand what I'm going through because it's nobody can understand it because I'm going through it. So that's again an ego battle that you're going through. So if you are in that phase of your life where you feel you're very alone or isolated, you have to understand that what you need is not love outside of you, acceptance outside of you. What you need is to recognize that you need to love your core, your soul, your being, your essence. When you love your essence, when you love your energy, when you love that who you are, created by the Creator, you automatically do not need the validation or acceptance of people around you, because you did not come to this planet to be accepted. You came here to grow, to evolve, to change, to become, to be, right? So Raoof takes away that pressure from you and heals you from the core and brings out that essence in you to allow yourself to be seen in your own light, the light that God has placed in your heart. It really helps with that. It has a very healing effect. It manifests a peaceful calm. It gives you this calmness. So the more you do the zikr of this name, it's going to make you very calm, peaceful, resting in God. So you will know that God or Allah, the Creator, is within your heart. And when something is in you, it's very yours. It's very sacred. It's very connected to your body, to your soul. It's something that's constantly bumping and jumping in you to give you the energy to breathe and live and do whatever it is that you want to. You become that. You hold God. It gives you that feeling of you holding God within your heart, and He's holding you in this massive universe. So it gives you that kind of feeling. And of course, when you are going through troublesome time or trials or your tests or really difficult journeys, or having tough time with the people around you, or the issues, like it says, with deficiency and inability, which is caused by as effects of not being seen. You know how when you say nobody understands me, nobody sees me, I don't even matter, that kind of, like like bringing yourself down. When you're in that moment, when we all are in that moment every now and then, in those moments, this is a very beautiful and powerful name to bring you peace and healing inside you and allow you to understand that you are being held by that who created you. So you're not left alone in the middle of difficulties. The difficulties are something you have to push through to get to the other side. Raouf's inner quality is awakened in a similar manner to the way steel is tempered in the process of making a sword. Now it's giving us an example. We all know that steel needs to be beaten up and go through the heat process, and then beaten up again, and then go through. So as humans, we also, our soul needs to go through the whole idea, or the evolution, the process of evolution, growth, is that we have to break and then make. We have to learn, and then we have to unlearn, and then we have to move forward, and then you have to move backwards. And that's a journey. It's not something that's happening with you, me, or blah and blah. It's happening with all of us at collective level. And this kind of brings to our attention that when we think about steel, it has to be like, right? So we have to go through that whole that hurts process to reach that calmness. But to reach that calmness, we have to go through the whole process. It faces hostility, slander, and corruption with serenity, while at the same time it has a soothing effect that reaches the very core of the apparent enemy. Now, when you are talking to your elders or your family members or your friends, and you aren't able to put your word across, like you're not able to make sense to them, in that moment when you feel that way, this is the name that will help you or empower you to make sense within yourself, and then you will automatically be able to make sense to other people around you. So it works. It helps you deal with a lot of negative energy around you with calmness, with serenity, with a soothing effect. And what it also does is, this is really nice, at the same time has a soothing effect that reaches, so whatever it is that you're saying, the other person will hear it with love, it's because you're speaking from love. Help to feel that love that you need in that moment, when you're having your trials and things happening. Realization of these two qualities in your heart and in your life brings what is most necessary to become a wholehearted human being. heartedly human being. Anyway, so understanding the qualities of these two names and reciting them in our daily routine every now and then. And zikr is something really powerful and beautiful. You just have to do it once. I mean, of course, when you do it over and over and over again, it has a different effect, of course, but you know, a lot of people don't have the time to do it, or don't know how and when and where, and they have all these limitations and what is the right way and wrong way and all that. So I don't get too much into that, but I do believe that if you consciously, knowing the meaning, knowing what it is that it is saying, and you say it, that word, that moment, in that moment, that word automatically creates a vibration around you, which works inwards and outwards. So when you say it, you're actually saying it. So you're throwing it out and you make the vibrations here, and when you're saying it, the vibrations happen inside of you. Zikr basically works for me personally. I don't know, I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I'm not very religious, so I don't know. I don't want to get into the details and nitty-gritty of things, but what I understand of it is when something is consciously done with your heart, with your awareness fully being aligned, your body, your mind and your soul, then the effect automatically is magnificent. So if you can just say Ya Raoof and Ya Rahim once in your day, you will be bringing in that gentle, sweet, beautiful, kind, quiet love, in not just for yourself, towards you from your creator, but also towards all the other people that you meet and know of and need to deal with on daily basis. So I hope this makes any sense to you guys. I love sharing the names of Allah Mia, and it gives me a lot of power and a lot of strength to you know, share that what I love with everyone. And it's a big passion of mine. I've wanted to do this for a very long time, but I haven't had the chance to, and now I'm doing it with you all. So I hope it makes sense and you enjoy these names as they randomly come through in these videos whenever I am being guided to do so. Do let me know if you have a special name that you recite and connect to more, and I would love to see if I can bring that out also through my book and read a little bit about you and yeah, connect with you through the names of Allah. With that said, inshallah, I will see you guys again. Allah Hafiz, everyone.